Hello and welcome to IGN UK podcast 255. I'm Daniel Krupa. I'm hosting.
Yeah?
Don't really like hosting.
Why?
Because I'm more of a gag man. Today I'm joined by Gav Murphy.
Hello.
And Richard Burpart.
Hello.
It's a while since you've been on properly.
Yeah,
for
isn't
a
it?
full episode.
Yeah.
Don't you like it?
I think other people are a bit better. They're all out today, so...
Hello.
Usually you come in, like, you're usually scrutinised when you come on because last time you were on, Alex kicked you in the balls.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
What?
Because I kept messing up the TriCaster edit.
So why do they always mess up?
Well,
that's what
now
people
we've
ask.
got 3 plans in place to make sure they don't. So, and Gav's in charge of it now, so...
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, of my own podcast that I do outside of work, like, I've deleted maybe like 8 or 9 episodes.
So that's something for everyone to look forward to.
Yeah.
If we don't post as frequently as we used to, mainly Gav's fault.
What is the podcast you do at home? Tell everybody.
Regular Features, it's called.
No, we're not allowed to plug that.
Yeah, it's happened now.
Oh,
Beep
no.
that.
Oh, great.
But yeah, no. When I've been in charge of deleting them, well, not deleting them. When I've been in charge of,
It's good that it's really efficient. You've got someone in charge of deleting them.
Yeah.
If 1 week people who subscribe to IGN UK podcast start getting regular features,
yeah, I'll do that. There was one time where I remember myself doing it. Like there's there's like the little on and off switch.
Yeah.
And we were just waiting for the podcast, and I was just messing with it. And I just switch it down to off. Yeah, let's go. Like, and I remember
you just had like a weird brain fog. You're like, I'm gonna
switch this off.
Switch the mic off.
I'm gonna wreck it. I'm gonna wreck everything. Yeah.
Shit.
Big fan of Ant and Deck.
Yeah.
Really big fan. Just
Wreck the mic. Yeah.
Okay, so first up, what we've been up to this week. We've actually done stuff this week.
Yeah. We had Team Outing to go see.
I'm a bit ambivalent by this section always.
Why?
Because it's borderline showing off. Like we've gone to some cool stuff.
Yeah, I guess so.
But it also reminds me, do you just, as when you were in primary school, you used to have a book that was like what you did at the weekend.
Yeah.
Do you remember this? And the exercise book was half like lined paper and half blank.
Drawing.
And you could draw a picture representing what you did at the weekend, and then you summarised it.
Have you done it for the podcast?
No, but I always feel that's what, when we do this section, that's what I always imagine.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going nowhere with that.
Well,
that's what my education was. I didn't do science.
I guess it sort of is, but I mean, it's a sort of section that you guys have come up with way before I started.
Yes, but you're in charge of the podcast now. So.
Well, okay, who knows?
Okay.
So what have we been up to?
Went to see Big Hero 6 together as a big team outing.
And what did you think it was called?
Hero Team 6.
That'll be the worst name for a film ever.
Big Hero 6 ain't much better.
Yeah, Big Hero. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Is it supposed to be like broken English? Like Big Hero? It doesn't really make...
It's a really annoying name because
obviously,
it's a really, really good film.
What would you call it if it wasn't called Big Hero 6?
Fat Robot Man.
Yes.
Friend.
I would
Fat
go and
Robot
see
Man
that.
friend.
Funny fat robot man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Works.
Big Hero 6 is not a good... Because the actual 6 thing doesn't come into it until really far into the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't... Like,
So almost thinking whether there are 6. Yeah, there are 6.
yeah.
Otherwise, that would be a worse name.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's... You
What do
don't
we call
really
the
think of them as
sequel?
6.
Big Hero 6 2?
It's a good job they didn't take this with the X-Men film. Big Heroes 27.
Yeah. What did you guys think of it? Like,
I really liked it.
I liked it.
I really liked it. I thought like the first hour was brilliant when
Yeah.
you get to know the big fat robot man.
Oh yeah,
Baymax.
Baymax is
Baymax is going to be the new Groot.
He's hilarious. He's
I
brilliant.
want some Baymax figures, definitely. That's the only thing I was looking at. I was like, I need that.
You can make
Probably,
such a good little cuddly toy out of him.
He would, yeah.
Yeah.
Or even like an inflatable toy.
So for context, Baymax is a healthcare robot. So he's kind of like a nurse.
Yeah.
And he is a robot, but they want to make him look cuddly and friendly. So he's
yeah.
a non-threatening robot. So he's kind of this inflatable vinyl, kindly-looking robot.
Yeah, it's
He looks a
really
bit like a
cute.
Marshmallow Man.
Definitely,
A little bit.
yeah.
It's amazing physical comedy early on in that movie. For an animated
Yeah.
movie, brilliant physical comedy.
It must be really hard to direct and animate physical comedy in an animation. You know, and they've done that really well.
They always say
I was
about,
cracking up.
They always say
Yeah.
about animators are shy actors or frustrated actors.
Okay.
And I can see that because you see that a lot. Like if you watch any kind of behind the scenes stuff at Pixar,
Yeah.
they have like mirror rooms where the animators can go and perform stuff,
Right.
and get tapes of them expressing it, and then they can use themselves as reference.
That's awesome.
And a lot of animators will also have a mirror near their desk so they can like
Do their
pull
faces
expressions and stuff. Yeah.
must be a weird office.
Richard's got a mirror by his desk, but that's for different reasons, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's very much like a budgie.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
He thinks he's outside.
He's always nibbling a bit of cuttlefish.
How's that turned from Big Hero 6 to me looking at myself
Got you
in the
down,
mirror?
haven't we?
Don't even have a mirror.
But I really enjoyed it. I thought it maybe sort of, it was a bit sort of by the numbers after a while, because it was just, it was something completely different, and like the new characters. I thought, I've generally never seen this kind of sort of, I don't know, I guess relationship like done so well in an animated film, and then I felt like it was going to do something really exciting, and it just didn't.
Yeah, I almost feel like he doesn't need the other four. I would have quite happily just watched him and Baymax, the main character Hera.
Yeah.
It's just their relationship. That was the thing that really got me into that movie. I think his friends were a little bit annoying and don't really add much, rather than visual variety. Like, hey, they've got different powers.
Different action figures.
Yeah.
So kids
but,
can buy, yeah.
And obviously we should say it's based on a Marvel comic.
Yeah.
Like I think it's from late 80s, early 90s. It's not a very famous Marvel comic,
No,
but
I
it feels
don't know
like a
what it
Disney
was.
film.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's it's more of a Disney film than it is a Marvel film. It's made under the Disney animation umbrella.
Yeah, and we should say for Marvel fans, make sure that you stick around.
Yeah,
after
there is
the
a post-credit
credits.
sequence.
Yeah, it's a fun little sequence.
Yeah.
I liked that. I just thought like he looked awesome, and just thought like Baymax looked amazing, but the other five, like their suits, I was like, I wasn't really that impressed with it, and I thought there were going to be more robots in it. Like as someone who loves robots, like I've got robots tattooed on my arms, like I thought there was going to be more robots in it, because they've gone around with this cool thing going like, oh yeah, we're going to do this robot and this robot. I was like, oh no, they're just going to be normal people with like laser arms.
They're all, I always thought his friends and the supporting characters were like some of the forgettable heroes in The Incredibles. Like just like, they do this, and
that's actually true. Yeah, definitely.
A bit more throwaway.
It was good. The short before the movie as well.
Okay.
That was
brilliant.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
So it's called Feast.
Yeah.
Which is about a little dog and his
God.
insatiable appetite. I'm not sure if it's a French bulldog or a
I think
Boston
it's
Terrier.
Yeah.
Might be a Boston Terrier.
I thought you were going to be the one that knows as well.
Well,
you know
I thought it was
very
French
similar,
bulldog. I thought it was
but
French
very
bulldog.
similar, because it could be a Boston Terrier because he has slightly more elevated hindquarters. So that's breed
Interesting.
standard. But it was same as, what's the other one called? Paperman? What was that on the short?
yeah.
It's the same style, so it's 3D animation,
Yeah.
but with hand drawing overlaid on top to
Yeah.
create that very unique effect. And apparently that's incredibly time consuming, because you're doing kind of two of the same stages. Because I think he once asked John Lasseter, will you ever do a full animated feature in that style? And it's just prohibitive because it takes so much more time, because you're basically animating it twice.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was really good. Like again, in that there's a lot of really funny physical comedy, like the dog. So although I did think, like, as someone who really is into dogs and knows about like dog health and stuff, the shit that guy was feeding him, like you shouldn't have been feeding your dog that, man.
I was wondering where that was going to go. I was like, is this dog going to die?
I thought the dog's going to get really obese.
Yeah, it didn't at all. It's not teaching kids very good things with
The
it.
latter half is just like him just in a vet,
Yeah.
in a dog hospice.
Like I shouldn't have fed him all up bacon and eggs.
Well,
man.
this went dark.
Yeah, but it was really funny though.
It was cool, and that looked amazing. And I think Big Hero 6 looked amazing as well. There were some shots in that which I was blown away by. I thought.
Breathtaking.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not out in the UK until January. Long wait. It's out in America already, and it's doing really well at the box office.
Yeah,
but
we gave it a good review.
yeah, we gave it an 8, I think. Lucy gave it an 8.
It is really good.
Yeah.
It's sad that it, like, I guess, like, why have they released it so? They released it early in
Same
the US
happened
for
with Wreck-It
Thanksgiving.
Ralph last year.
I think it's Thanksgiving, yeah.
And then maybe they're thinking more half-term, but it's not even half-term in the UK.
No, there's no reason for them to release it in January. I don't think. Well, there must be a reason, but I don't know.
People are skint maybe, and they want to take their kids. No, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I don't know. Afterwards, I decided, instead of going home, I was going to go see another film.
2 films, Murphy.
That's pretty mental. What time was that? Did that start?
It started at 10:15.
Wow.
Yeah.
On school night.
I know, right? I went to see, we should say what the film is. I went to see a super early screening, although it was actually late, right, lads? Hello. Of Paul Thomas Anderson's Inherent Vice. And he came up and introduced the film as well, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
It's like, for some reason, the Prince Charles in London, like, they had a super early, they were allowed to do it super early, so they did like 2 screenings of it last night. And it was really, really good.
That's cool.
I've been looking forward to them for a while. But apparently, like, Paul Thomas Anderson, like, in his intro, he said, when I was making the film, this is what this is the kind of cinema I wanted it to be shown in, and he cut his own little trailer for it and everything. It was called like the Spotted Dick screening or something like that.
I bet Prince Charles Cinema couldn't believe their luck.
Yes,
Like, I want to cut my own trailer. Honestly, you don't have to. Seriously, we'd be happy just to have the film. I'll come down and do a speech. All right.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
gonna
already
cut my own
sold out.
I'm going to cut my own trailer. I'll do some food.
Yeah.
I made some. I was got some potato salad. All right, it's a bit much.
It's a great film. Josh Brolin is incredible in it.
I really like him in the trailer when he's speaking Japanese.
Yeah, it's really funny.
It looks hilarious in the trailer.
Some bits are really, really funny. Other bits are like quite dark.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's really confusing.
Is it like? I don't mean this as a criticism. Is it a cluttered film? As in, like, there's lots of things in it. Like Thomas Pynchon. Like, I've only read a couple of his books. I've read The Crying lot. His novels are just stuff with stuff.
Yeah.
And things that don't really go anywhere, and like bric-a-brac.
There's a lot of that, but the stuff that doesn't go anywhere is really, really good. And 9 times out of 10, it'll be an actor that you absolutely love in the scene as well. Like, it's just really, really funny. And like, I guess stuff is sort of connected, but it doesn't really matter if you can't. Like, I couldn't work out quite a lot of stuff that was connected, but the scenes are so good and they're so well acted, and most of the time, like, absolutely makes you crack up, like laughing. That I don't know. I never felt lost at any point, even though it's a very, very confusing film. My friend who was with me, like, he came out there, he was like, I have no idea what I just saw. Like, he wasn't into it, but I don't know. I sort of let it sort of wash over me and was just like there for the ride, sort of thing. And
It feels quite long.
Fun.
It's quite a long film, isn't it?
It's very long.
He does make long films.
It didn't feel that long. I think it felt like longer because I was drunk. Like,
you got drunk in between Big Hero 6 and wow.
That was like 10 minutes, Gav.
No, it was like we finished at like 9:15. I didn't go in there till 10:15. And I bought some beers to go in, didn't I? Sorry, Prince Charles. Stuck him in my bag.
I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, you're asleep.
Shouting at the screen. Paul Thomas Anderson shushing me. Like, mate,
Who's this
shut
guy?
up.
All right, who are you anyway?
Just on your mobile.
Yeah, did you? What have you done for me lately?
You know, P.T. Anderson directed Boogie Nights when he's 27.
Did he?
How old are you?
25.
You still got 2 years.
Got 2 years.
Oh,
My time's been and gone.
Yeah,
I should be making Magnolia by now.
Oh.
And then in a couple of years' time, there will be blood. How crazy. Anyway.
That is crazy. But when's Inherent Vice out?
9th of January.
So that's another late one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Cool.
we're bringing you up-to-date movie news.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And reviews.
From the future.
From the future. Just listen to this podcast in a couple of months and it'll be better.
Love it.
Okay.
You've been playing a game, haven't you?
Been playing loads of games. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm playing loads of games for about 5 minutes, then moving on. I'm like a journey man. We played Far Cry 4.
Yeah.
Far Cry 4 is the game I keep coming back to at the moment because... So about 2 years ago, Christmas 2012, Far Cry 3 was pretty much the IGN UK game of Christmas.
Okay.
Like, everyone just played it in the office all Christmas, like, all of December, all Christmas break.
Yeah.
Came back just obsessed with that game because it was a brilliant game. And Far Cry 4... You know, it's got the same bones as that game. It's got a really pretty and impressive new setting set in the Himalayas. Cool new villain in Pagan Min, played by Troy Baker, who's a little bit like the Joker.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just brilliant. Like, I've been doing a lot of the mission stuff because I like mission stuff. Alex has just been going around liberating outposts. We played some co-op. And it's just like a great game where you can just do anything you want. And there's loads of toys to play around with. And there's loads of like you can go rock climbing. There's like weird stuff like in first person, like platforming. Like when you're rock climbing, you can swing to like some of the outposts are really inaccessible, and the little helicopters can't even go that high because they start bugging out. So you've got to work out how to get up to these places, which is just really cool in its own right.
That's awesome.
But the first thing that happened to me in Far Cry 4, been playing for about 15 minutes, it's the first thing that happened to me in Far Cry 3 and scared the crap out of me. I was walking near a lake, and a crocodile came out and got me by the ankle and dragged me underwater. I didn't even know there was crocodiles in the Himalayas. And there's this thing called a mugger crocodile.
Yeah.
What's
and he
that?
just got me. He just comes and gets you.
Mugs you.
He mugs you. Mugs you. Mugger.
A mugger. Okay.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Yeah.
Really crap yourself when that happens.
I've only just got it, so I need to play it, and I will, I think. But I've said this to you before, like, I've got a big problem with those games because I'm not a massive fan of just how much you have to kill animals in it. Like, it's not a choice. Like, I think the point where I stopped playing Far Cry 3 was when my wallet was full, and it said, right, now go kill 3 goats to make a bigger wallet.
That's a massive wallet.
Exactly, for one. But also, I was like, well, I don't want to kill 3 goats to make a wallet. I'd rather just spend the money.
I find it quite hard to kill animals in games as well.
Which is odd because it's really easy to kill people. I think I've said this before, and people have sort of criticised me, going, "Oh yeah, but you'll kill a person, will you?" Yeah, it was different, isn't it? Those people
easier.
Yeah, if
anything, easier to kill a person.
Yeah,
I heard it here first. Alex has no problem killing animals. Like he'll give everything a bit of it. Like just go stab anything in the face.
I like the way that you can use meat in it as well. Like Alex gave me a video of his stuff, and you can he was in this little helicopter thing and literally just drop in bits of meat to lure a tiger to kill all these guys. Yeah. And I thought that is brilliant.
And then you go to some outposts, and in Far Cry 3, if you see like a tiger or something caged up, you let that free, and it'll do a lot of the killing for you. But now some of them have trained the animals, so if you free it, it'll just come after you until you kill its master.
Yeah, don't want that.
Yeah, me and Alex spent about 40 minutes the other day trying to kill these tortoises. Impossible.
Why?
And also, you can't just blow them up, because if you do that, you damage them, and you can't.
Oh, you need their shells.
Yeah,
why are you trying to kill tortoises for?
I don't know. Fun, isn't it?
Scum.
What are you about this?
I don't like that.
Alex is trying for ages now, and I just I've got the wingsuit, so I've been playing longer than Alex, and he was trying it for ages, trying to use his bow and arrow to get their heads because you have to stand back for a certain distance so they come out of their shells. Alex was trying to hit them with his bow and arrow, and I just flew in with my wingsuit like Superman. Nice. And just got my grenade launcher out and blew them up. They were unusable.
Oh.
I sound quite mean now.
Yeah, that's good.
It's not real. Not real.
Yeah. It feels real though. That's the thing, and it does look amazing on PS4 as well. Like what we've
beautiful.
Played, so.
It's like one that's cross-gen as well. But you look at it on PS4 and you go, blimey, that's a really good looking game. Yeah. Facial animations are really good as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that. I think that will probably be my Christmas game.
There's a lot of variety in it as well. Because when you first started playing, it was like, this looks quite similar to just loads of trees and hills. But there's not. There's loads of stuff you find, like temples. Yeah. You go up into the Himalayas. There's loads of cool stuff.
What's the story like? Because I've heard a lot of people criticising the fact that Pagan Min's not in it that much. But
no, he has such an amazing intro, and there's a really cool Easter egg.
Yeah.
That you can complete the game after 15 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, he has this amazing intro, which they showed at E3. It was the first footage, just like the first 15 minutes of the game. But then he's there taunting you a lot over the walkie-talkie that you have.
Yeah.
But I've played probably about a third of the campaign missions.
Yeah.
So it's basically you're returning. The setup is you're returning to this region to scatter your mother's ashes.
Okay.
But she's asked you to do that intentionally because she wants you to return there. And
she tricked you.
She tricked you, your mum, and it sent you to your certain death. She wants you to become part of the resistance movement that her and her husband founded to overthrow Pagan Min. So I quite like that.
My mother tricked me into doing that. I would kick off.
You'd piss in the urn.
Yeah. I'd be like, do that now.
Hoover it.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to playing it. I definitely will. So,
cool.
What's GTA 5 like in first person?
I haven't played GTA 5 all that much yet because I've been fixating on Far Cry 4.
Yeah.
But GTA, bloody hell, that looks great. Have you seen it running yet?
It looks
amazing.
It looks gorgeous. And then they've added some really weird
This
cool
is what
stuff.
you showed me, the peyote bits.
Yeah, so you can go around GTA, around Los Santos or Blaine County and find this kind of plant. It looks a bit like aloe vera, and if you eat it, you'll start tripping and you'll transform into one of, I think, 20 odd animals.
That's so cool.
The one I saw the video, you can turn into a seagull and go around pooing on cars.
That's good.
That's what I've always wanted from a game.
You couldn't do that last year, could you?
No.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
I saw, I think it was Poculin uploaded some Snapmatic photos.
Yeah.
And they look amazing.
That game looks insane. And there's loads of new options. So if you're taking selfies, you can put filters on frames, you can change your expression.
Like Instagram.
Pretty much. They just need to add an extension so you can upload directly to Instagram.
You think they would have?
Yeah.
Get involved. Come on, guys. We actually get Will Guy on it. He loves it.
He loves that Titan.
Oh, that. Little Instagram mug there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, all coming together.
Don't have any IGN mugs.
Yeah, I really want to play the story again, actually, for GTA 5.
Really?
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it so much last year. No, seriously. I want to jump online as well, because I never really got involved with that last time.
Yeah, it didn't really work for me ever for the first couple of days, so I just never went back.
Yeah,
to
I
it.
never went back.
I created my character and I couldn't change his height, so I was just stuck with like a really small character the whole time.
Welcome to my life.
So I wanted to.
You couldn't change his height.
I couldn't change his height. It wouldn't let me change his height for whatever reason. It was Buggy.
And you thought, I can't do this. I can't see the world through these eyes.
Well, I tried, and then I saw him, and I was like, "It's not me. I don't
like. I'd rather be dead.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't want myself represented in
have you
this
seen
way."
the new option in character customization? You can play as old people.
Really?
Yeah, you can make yourself
Yes.
into like an old smackhead.
Do you move a bit slower?
I want that.
No, but you can have crow's feet and. So I'm really thinking of making my character like a little old woman in
Yeah.
GTA Online, and then wearing like a hockey mask and just going around just being
That'd be
terrorising
awesome,
everything.
yeah.
Little
That's cool.
golf buggy.
I want to play that now.
Little old woman on a motorbike.
Yeah.
Would be
Good.
awesome.
Good.
Awesome.
Right, should we get onto the news?
Let's
I've got
do
the
it.
first bit of news. This is right up my street. So this week, there's lots of bits of Jurassic World news. So we know a trailer is inbound. There's a countdown site live.
Well,
ticking
there's a
down.
countdown live. We don't know it's for a trailer.
That's good.
Could be for anything.
I'm assuming that. So the countdown clock ends on Thanksgiving Day at 9 p.m. EST.
So that's next
whatever that
Thursday.
is.
Yeah.
So that's
about
Eastern
2:30 in the
Standard Time.
morning in the UK.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah.
Staying up for that. But the more interesting thing for fans of the series that you can rummage around on, there is a viral site all about the fictitious company Masrani Global.
Yeah.
Masrani Global is the company that made Jurassic World happen. After
Yeah.
InGen collapsed following the events of Jurassic Park and The Lost World, they came in, acquired the technology, and in what year was it? 2005.
Yeah.
They opened Jurassic World, was a huge success. And this website is all about the history of the company, the history of the park, but also
Yeah.
kind of a mission statement for the company in general. And
I
it's,
joined. I work for them. I joined as an
Do you?
intern. Yeah.
Moonlighting already.
There's a
You got your badge, haven't you?
Yeah. Got
What's your role?
an intern, genetics intern,
You're getting paid.
Genetics intern.
Unpaid.
unpaid intern. Yeah.
Man.
Oh, you've got your PhD and everything.
I know.
In genetics and
It's kind of sad, really, because because it's good, but because my boss is Dr. Henry Wu, from who you remember from the first Jurassic Park.
Yep.
Yep.
He's my boss. I've had very little contact with him. I don't know.
it's not put you in for any one-to-ones.
Well, I thought that's what it'd be like. I thought he'd be more like a mentor, and it's not. It hasn't happened yet. I had one email saying welcome, the address I have to go to, but I haven't been yet.
What are your hours like?
All right.
Good.
Yeah.
Flexi
time.
Flexi time.
Got a lot of time off, and also US hours as well. So I'm off for Thanksgiving.
That's good.
Yeah.
You helped hatch any little velociraptors yet? Like
Not
he does
yet,
in the
no.
first
I've
film?
seen loads of
Does
eggs.
he want to do a lot of that?
He does every single egg himself.
Does he?
Yeah, it's mad.
He impregnates every single egg himself.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's time consuming.
But also the picture of him where someone has. I think actually it's just on the site.
It's on the
isn't
site.
it?
Yeah, he's stood in front of loads of amber.
He looks like a Bond villain. Like he's just a scientist. Why is he looking like that? Like I don't understand.
I think you're suspicious of science in general, especially for someone who's in science
An
in the
intern,
field.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be saying this as an intern.
Yeah, maybe
like
not.
critiquing
actually.
your boss in such
Well,
an
maybe they
extravagant
don't.
way.
Hopefully, they don't listen to the podcast. Masrani.
He's probably busy, isn't he? So the CEO is Simon Masrani, and he talks about on the website about there's lots of interesting stuff about that
Yeah.
viral site. One is they're overstating how successful and safe Jurassic World is as
Yeah.
a facility. Like
The tagline is the safest theme park in the world. If you have to point out that something's safe, it's probably not that safe.
lady
is it?
Yeah,
doth
yeah.
protest too much.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it was amazingly efficient when it
Yeah.
opened and huge success. But there's some sense and intimation that there's an inference that you can make that the park is, it's not as successful as it used to be. People have become slightly jaded.
Yeah.
They've seen dinosaurs. It's a long way to go visit it.
Yeah.
They need a new attraction. They need the next new thing. And he talks about using genetic technology, harnessing genetic engineering
Yeah.
to give the next big attraction. And the rumor thing is what they're creating is something called a D-Rex.
Yeah.
And this is a new hybrid creature from what we believe to be a T-Rex, a velociraptor, a snake,
Yeah.
and a cuttlefish.
What?
And there's some leaked Lego that's tying into the game,
cool.
into the film, and one of them is of like a big white dinosaur.
Yeah.
Wow.
So translucent skin with red eyes.
Yeah.
Where does the cuttlefish come into it?
Cuttlefish are fascinating creatures, Rich.
I've only seen them when they're dead.
Got the green blood.
In his little thing, with his little budgie cage. He loves it.
Not so impressive there. Maybe that's how the Jurassic World film ends.
Yeah.
You know, like T-Rex saves the day, just a big budgie. That's how, escalation.
Yeah.
Like the end of the Batman Begins, escalation. That's always the problem. You know, we genetically engineer a giant dinosaur cuttlefish. You're going to need a bigger budgie.
The site is really good as well, like with the countdown site.
Yeah.
Because we were on it yesterday, and I think we
It's
were
like
just
a news
sort of
ticker,
chatting.
isn't there?
And it's like, there's like a news ticker that says all the different stuff going on because it's a resort.
Yeah.
But we didn't see any repeated information for about like 4 minutes. It was just all these different
about
things.
like tennis courts.
Tennis courts, yeah. Although I guess I was a bit annoyed by the tennis courts thing because like the dinosaurs, that should be pretty
Front and
exciting,
centre.
to be honest.
You're not
Actually,
going to go there to play tennis.
Yeah, it's not
but
Centre Parks.
But it's Jurassic World.
Or is it?
But Disney World is like that. It's a resort. There's like water parks. They
Yeah,
want you.
that's
To,
true,
they want
yeah.
you to go for like 3 weeks and then spend loads of money while you're there.
I guess so. Quite
Um,
expensive there though, isn't it?
Yeah, but going back to cuttlefish, they've got 3 hearts, green blood, and they can instantly change colour.
Really?
Imagine that.
In
As
a
a dinosaur
yeah.
form. It'll be able to change colour.
Wow.
Do we like it? It hasn't been confirmed anything
No,
about the
this
plots
is
or
all.
anything, but this is all that
supposition.
we think that people are bored by dinosaurs because isn't it like there's a rumored scene where there's like a kid like checking Twitter or something like that while there's a T-Rex by his.
I think that's such a
something
cool
like that, yeah.
concept.
It is quite cool.
I think that's, but also I think it's really cool concept because you'll be annoyed as a viewer of that film because you never saw Jurassic Park up and running.
Yeah.
So in the opening scenes of that movie, it will look amazing to you because instantly they'll give you what Jurassic Park promised, and you'll see the audience, the crowd in the scene, just like really bored by it, like this is rubbish, and you'll be like, this is mate. You know, I think that's a really cool setup for the.
I think I've just got a bit of a hang up about people who like. You know, like when you see these videos going up, like or like coffee signs going, like we don't have Wi-Fi, talk to each other. Off. Like I hate people who have a go at like technology and stuff with stuff like that. And I think using that, be like, oh look, she's so obsessed with her phone, she hasn't noticed this T-Rex there. I don't know. I can't stand that kind of attitude. Shit.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's right.
That took a turn.
Take a selfie with a T-Rex.
Yeah, I would be, but yeah, I just don't like the attitude that technology makes people uncommunicative. And I can't even say the words because I'm so into technology.
You get dictionary.com to pronounce it for you.
Yeah,
that's how you would handle
Exactly.
that situation.
Yeah, that's exactly how I would do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think there definitely will be a trailer on Thanksgiving?
I think anything.
What else could it be
of,
if it's not?
Well,
a
anything else-
poster. We've already
They
seen
actually-
a poster.
They've done it.
announced- yeah.
We've done it. All this
It's
prep,
real.
all these sets. No, we've done it. If
It's
it-
a real park.
I went to
To Leicester.
So I went to Islands of Adventure, which is the sister park of Universal Studios in Florida, and there's an area within that theme park that is Jurassic Park, and they have
cool.
the visitor center. You can go in, and they've got all the cars and stuff.
Oh my God.
I lost my mind.
Because I've been to Universal Studios and I've been on the ride, and that's really, really good fun. Like I think I went on like 3 times just because it was just so good. And it was like, yeah, this is Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Oh, so from the teaser site, the countdown site, there's like stylized artwork showing scenes from the park, and one of the things that's in every single bit of artwork is it looks like you go around the park, some kind of safari in a kind of Segway meets a zorbing ball.
Yeah.
So 2 people can sit in these like little golf carts, but they're entirely surrounded in, I guess, perspex or something.
Yeah.
Protection them.
Yeah, so like in a big hamster ball. Imagine the action scene in them.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I watched Safety Not Guaranteed again on the weekend, and I was trying to think, like, when I was watching that, like, what about this has made, studios people go, yeah, I want this guy, and I really can't see it.
I can't see it at all. Like, he must be like, oh my God. If I was him, the pressure to go from making that type of film to making this type of film, I'd be like, holy... Like, someone like Gareth Edwards obviously has an intimate working knowledge of special effects, how to integrate them.
Yeah.
Doing Safety Not Guaranteed and then going to do this.
Yeah. I'm not saying that he's not going to be good. I think he's going to be amazing. But I was trying to just go, what is it about this film that they've gone, do you know what? This dude needs to make Jurassic World.
I really like Safety Not Guaranteed. I thought it was
brilliant. Yeah.
I mean, he told a good story, so maybe that's kind of
maybe
their angle.
maybe he's I think he's a big fan of the original movie. He just knows how to make that work again.
Yeah,
because
so.
you know Spielberg didn't know a second time around.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really like. I hope that it is a trailer and it's not.
Yeah.
Or either trailer or real park. That's the only thing I'll accept.
Or merchandise store.
Oh, can you imagine?
If it was literally just buy all the stuff that they would have in the theme park, I just spend so much money.
Yeah, I don't know. When I went to Universal Studios, I had that intention, like, oh my god, I'm going to spend so much money in the Jurassic Park bit of it. And you go in and you're like, this is not what I thought it would be. It's just shit tat. Like, it's not even good tat.
Yeah.
Like...
You need to meet my girlfriend.
Really?
Every glass in our house is a novelty glass from a theme park. We don't have any... you know about this.
I know about this.
We don't have any regular glasses.
They're not glasses, they're cups.
The cups, yeah.
Big thing.
It always permanently looks like we're on holiday just in our living room. It's like, oh yeah, it's been see Penn and
You got a big gulp.
Yeah. Because that's the thing, like, we were talking about this the other day, in the very first Jurassic Park, where, like, they show some of the merchandise, but none of that was ever really made. Like, the stuff they made was all crap. Like... Yeah.
I would even like just like the yellow like rain cagoule thing. Yeah, I would definitely buy that.
What did I have? There was the stupidest thing that I had Jurassic Park. I don't know actually. Like I had all the like action figures. I think the worst one I've got I had was Triceratops with
bit of chunk.
Yeah, bit of chunk missing out of
that comes out.
It's called like Dino Damage. Yeah, Dino Damage Triceratops. Absolutely useless.
It's basically. It's like the world's easiest jigsaw. That goes in there on the side. I've got my T-Rex outside. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
That's an original. Cool. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on. Next piece of news. Far Cry 4 users have accidentally revealed they have pirated the game.
This is brilliant.
Idiots.
Yeah.
There's a whole big thing on Twitter and Reddit about people saying, "Oh, there's no field of view option in Far Cry 4," and then it turns out that they've pirated the game because if you bought the game with the day one patch update, you get the field of view options.
Yeah.
So we had Alex Hutchinson, who is the director of Far Cry 4, took to Twitter and explained that legitimate copies of the game, obviously via day one patch, it's all fine.
His actual quote is really funny.
Yeah, so he goes, PC players, if you're online complaining about the lack of FOV control, you have pirated the game. It's pretty stupid, to be honest. I went onto the Reddit thread as well, and people have kind of like been offering options as well to like patch it up.
Yeah.
Which is pretty bad.
What if you bought the PC version but you don't have an internet connection? What if you bought a box copy?
Someone said that to him on his Twitter and he said, well, how are they online complaining about it then?
But you have a phone.
Yeah, I guess you got a phone. I think it's something like in Australia and New Zealand, there's some difficulties there as well. Where they're not getting
Australia
a lot of difficulties out there, Rich. Everything can kill you.
It's like Far Cry.
They live in Far Cry 5.
Why are they buying the game? Go outside.
They're just like, they're killing animals to make a PS4. You need to upgrade from PS3 to PS4, alright? How much does that cost? It's 5 goats.
You'll blow up 15 turtles for that.
That's quite a funny story, though. I quite like the idea that people are outing themselves as things. My news story is that apparently there's been some screenshots. Well, there has been screenshots leaked of Telltale's Game of Thrones game.
Oh, it's rubbish.
Yeah,
Big Arrow.
Big Arrow. Don't know what that is. Tyrion. But yeah, no, it looks good. It looks like a Telltale game. I didn't know that so many characters from the show and the books were going to be in it.
Originally, I thought they were focusing on like the background characters.
That's what I thought. Like yeah.
So, have you said about voice talent?
No, I don't know. They have.
I can't imagine they've got all of them.
No way.
So, are we going to get impressions?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you can get. Sometimes you can get good ones. Like, what's his name? Tom Hanks' brother, who does like every single Toy Story game, and he sounds exactly like.
And he does the voice in Woody as well.
That's it.
He's got the actual toy. Yeah, that's not Tom Hanks.
What?
What's his name? Is Jim Hanks?
Something like that.
Yeah. Trevor.
Imagine if you had to do VOs for your more successful famous brother.
I think he enjoys it though, because he's still getting a lot of money from that.
Yeah,
he's not
everything.
Famous.
Like
he doesn't have to deal with all the publicity, and that's good. That's a good job.
It's nice of Tom, really, to give him that work. Tom could have done that himself, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Colin could have probably done it.
Yeah.
But no, he's gone. No, my little brother.
Oh, he does a cracking me. Yeah. He's always, at Christmas. Oh, there's a snake in my boot. Like all the time, honestly.
But yeah, no, I guess it would feel kind of cheap if they didn't have the voice actors, and by having all because this is everyone like Jamie, Marjorie, Jaime's sister, Cersei. They're all there. Tyrion, there's one of Tyrion. I sort of was looking forward to learning a little bit more about the other characters.
I was almost hoping it was about they were going to go back into the prehistory.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That'd be brilliant, because I think the books, I've only read a few of the books. Have you read them?
I've never read any of them.
They do a way better job of filling you in and giving you context for the present day events.
Yeah.
Where in the TV show they like say kind of lines about the Battle of the Trident, and you're like, what's that? And you find out about that stuff by going on Wikipedia and learning about those kind of big important events before, like the kind of the whole reign of the Mad King. It'd be really cool to do that as the
brilliant,
as the series.
This doesn't look like they're doing that at all.
But I guess that's understandable.
But these are leaked, so I mean, we don't even know if it's actually part of the game or anything like that.
Yeah, it could just be some cutscenes.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I'd really like to go back to like Charles Dance's character and stuff like that, like when he was like first when he was first knocking about. That'd be quite good, and like learn more about like the Lannister lore.
Yeah, and you
stuff
bring
like
Ned
that.
Stark back.
Yeah, oh, that'd be really
and like focus on him and Robert going to war with the Mad King. Yeah. That'd be brilliant. You're loving all this chat about Game of Thrones, aren't you, Rich?
Do not watch Game of Thrones.
Basically, like Lethal Weapon. Him, like, he's so good, like little buddy comedy.
And it starts off with Thin Lizzy, boys are back in town.
What's the like timeline of this game then? Is it?
I don't know.
If it's got all those characters in, and it's got Marjorie in, that's probably like from the third season onwards, is she? Like she appears in the second season, I think.
Possibly.
Something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. And it looks like they're in King's Landing as well in the screenshot, so don't really want that.
As long as it has the theme tune, I'll be happy.
Banging that out. The other last bit of news is, I guess it's kind of news, but Harvey Dent made his debut on Gotham this week. It's the guy who plays Hunter in The American Office. That's how I knew him. I looked at him for ages. I'm like, how do I know his face? But he plays Hunter in The American Office. He's got a real name as well.
What's his real name?
I mean, he's a professional actor, so of course he has. But no, he's Hunter from The Office. I don't actually know what his real name is. But fine. Yeah, it's again like the massive problem that I have with Gotham. Just so heavy-handedly like introducing a character. So you first meet him outside and sort of meet him outside the courthouse, and he's talking to a little kid and doing his like heads and tails thing. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Come on.
I think you get enough of, as an audience and being Batman literate, you get enough of a frisson by just saying the name Harvey Dent. You'd almost just have to have his name on a door.
Yeah.
And just go past it when you're in like a law practice or something like that, or see it on a file name. You don't need to get him coming out straight off the bat. Here's the coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know me, big old Harvey. It's like it always feels like
look to the camera.
But like the Riddler as well. He was like, "Oh, riddle me this."
Yeah.
No, shut up.
I think he's like, "Oh, you and your riddles, Edward." Like,
where will this ever end?
Yeah.
Where will this get you?
Do you reckon they're trying to do like a fan service, and they're just way too?
He's wrecking it.
I think it's patronising.
Yeah,
fans.
it is.
But massively patronising. Yeah.
It's almost going for people who aren't really Batman fans, but you're like, oh, you'll know this because we're doing it really heavy-handed. Do you remember that?
So I've got two housemates who are watching Gotham, and they're not like big Batman fans at all. So
why are they watching it?
Well, they really like the series, but they're not like fans of Batman.
Okay.
And that's kind of interesting because I don't think that they're going to watch the TV show and go, oh, Harvey Dent, like, oh, he's flipping the coin. So I think, for some people,
maybe it's not for
us. It needs to be heavy-handed for them. You're saying, like.
That's it. I don't know. I'm not.
Like we were talking about this the other night. Honestly, the way that you do that show for me to find it interesting, scrap all these cameos. I don't care because it's a tease that will never pay off. Because this show is never going to follow Bruce Wayne into being Batman.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not going to run for like 20 years, and so they'll never become the characters that you want them to be.
No.
Yeah.
So just focus on the mob.
Yeah.
Focus on Falcone and make him your big bad. Well, and then it's like The Wire.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought. I thought it was going to be Gotham Central when they said about Gotham, and it start off in the police. I thought, okay, yeah, it's going to be like Gotham Central. No, it's not.
And it can't be because it's pitching a bit more wide, wider, more family audience. So there's supposed to be all these like cops that are like grizzled and on the take, but they don't swear, and it feels a bit inauthentic.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing I don't understand because Harvey's meant to be pretty much the same age as Bruce, and now
that's all off. Like everyone's much older than him.
So I don't get like.
Have you both watched the first episode?
No.
Yeah.
So it's not a spoiler if you've not seen it, but in the first episode, there's what's Pinkett Smith's character called? Fish-eyed Moody.
Yeah.
Moody.
Mad-Eye Moody.
Mid-eye. So when they were in her nightclub, and in one scene she's auditioning comedians, and it's really obvious. I reckon that guy's going to be the Joker.
Definitely, yeah.
And he's going to turn up in like the final episode of this season and like reveal himself that he was a crap comedian on purpose. And he'll
just to get close to her.
Yeah, or something like that. But then you're going to have the Joker. You're going to have all these villains.
They can't do anything.
It's weird, isn't it? I find that's really weird. And they're putting so many of them in the first season.
Yeah.
Like, you could easily just do one a season. Like one kind of secondary.
What are they going to do? Yeah.
But also, maybe don't go for the big ones.
Exactly. That. I mean, this is a thing I said on another podcast, actually.
Do
like
the Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
There's so many characters.
And reimagine him for that world.
It's a wasted opportunity.
Because what like the Arkham games did really well is they took the idea of a villain. Yes, Batman's there, so they can go full on, but like do something very different with them. Same with the animated series. I think the Arkham games made Scarecrow a more amazing character.
Yeah.
The animated series made Freeze a properly 3-dimensional character. Yeah. They can do what they want. They could go and find like some little characters and do that sort of stuff with them.
Yeah.
But they're going full out. They're going, all right, there's Riddler. We've got him. Two-Face, Penguin.
Maybe they're just not confident for a second series.
I wonder if they go, oh, Batman's not really in it. We need
the
bright, colourful characters.
Yeah. But it feels odd as well that like Suicide Squad is like, you know, that's going to be a thing as well as like all these. It's going to be.
Well,
a
that's
lot
creating
of thing
tension,
on villains,
isn't it? Do you see that other story about the guys from Flash and Arrow? Kind of, I can't remember who it was, whether it was Flash or the Arrow in real life, the actor who kind of complained that they announced the Flash, Ezra Miller was playing the Flash in the movie the same week as the Flash TV series started, and he was like, that's a bit unfair.
Yeah.
Like on the guy playing Flash and the series in general that's about to kick off, and you've just totally distracted the audience.
That is a bit odd.
It's confusing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really confusing because that, like, how is that character meant to live and build up an audience when people are really going to be looking forward to going, oh yeah, I wish it was Ezra Miller.
I'll see the one with the bigger budget.
It's odd, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think Marvel's approach of having a unified universe both on TV and film comes with its own logistical problems. That you kind of watch S.H.I.E.L.D. and you're always waiting for some of the big characters to turn up. It's like,
and they never will.
Are they not gonna? And the best they'll do is like maybe a little cameo every now and then. Be like,
have they done cameos like that then?
Yeah, I think Samuel Jackson's been in it, and I can't remember a character name. Thor's the Asgardian, the female Asgardian, the warrior. She turns up.
I haven't watched any of it.
I have really high hopes for Daredevil though on Netflix.
I think that'll be really good.
I think it's going to be awesome. I'm a big Daredevil fan. She's like Daredevil comics when I was a teenager, and I just think he really suits TV. I've said this loads of times, but if you think about it, what's one of the most popular TV genres around? It's legal drama, courtroom drama. That's what that show can be. And then in the second half, he goes all badass.
That'd be really good.
That'd be awesome.
It's like a genre that works already on TV.
Yeah, and they just add in a bit of Daredevil in anyway. Yeah. Like that, you know, he's in a case, and the way that he solves it is by using his Daredevil stuff in the second half.
It'd be great if there's one episode where he just never has to be Daredevil because he's a more badass lawyer. I'd love that.
That'll definitely happen.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, that'd be really good.
Anyway.
Good.
Good.
That was this week's news.
Shall we go on to the talking point?
Yeah.
Now, more games are coming out at the moment because it's busy season, and it seems like it's more of a recurrent thing that games are coming out and they're a bit buggy. This is not a new thing. Like, you know, Skyrim had problems when it came out on PS3, but it feels like quite pronounced at the moment with Far Cry. But obviously, most famously recently is Unity, which has some hilarious bugs in.
Yeah, like the face glitches.
Yeah, what are your favourite Unity bugs first?
I think, the face one is really, really good. I love there's one that I saw.
Is it the cutscene?
It's the one where people zoom past. So so the guy like kills someone. And he's looting the body. As he's looting the body, and he's put a sound effect as well. People that like sort of like crouch down in like almost like they're inside a go-kart going like sort of zooming past people. It's really, really weird.
One of the best ones I've seen is the suspense killed me as well because the title was so good. It was like annoying NPCs interrupt cutscene, and it's all I know speaking to. I've not played the game yet, but some guy, and it's like seems quite a weighty scene for the game's story, and you just know it's coming, and then out of nowhere in this office, these two NPCs just appear and start going "Oh, Zutala," and just like getting right in their faces.
Just shouting and having a conversation that's not connected to it. Yeah,
I'd be really French, and obviously they're just ignoring them.
I've seen almost like an NPC just falling down a chimney, just like just coming out, completely random, not part of the story.
So what we wanted to talk about was, do publishers and developers have a responsibility to push a game back when they know that this is a real thing that might happen at launch, or is it one of those things that they never really know how it's going to... For instance, you can QA test a game as much as you can in the run-up to release, but as soon as it's out there in the wild, in the first day, it'll be played more than you've ever had the chance to test it. Because you multiply the man hours exponentially almost, because by each person. There's always that stat, like CODs come out, and it's like more man hours have been spent playing COD since the dinosaurs were around.
Right.
Do you think they have a responsibility to hold it back, or is some of this unforeseen? Is there any kind of... Are they trying to pull the wool over people's eyes?
Yeah, I guess some of it is unforeseen because you can test stuff, locally in your office and on like these machines, but until it's out in the world and people have different settings and things like that going on, you're never going to be able to know 100% that it's fixed. But I do think they do have a responsibility because people are paying a certain amount of money for games, and for obviously the Unity stuff is hilarious and that's actually quite funny, but I mean it's still quite embarrassing if you've made the game, and that's the thing that people are talking about.
And also, it's Unity was very much traded on the fact that it was the next gen Assassin's Creed. It's only been made, it was only possible because it was being developed for the new hardware. So it's almost like a showcase and a signal, a statement of intent, what they're going to do with the series on next generation.
Yeah.
Quite embarrassing for them. But I reckon those are the people that will be absolutely mortified.
Yeah.
They don't obviously want... People who make the game don't want to ship a game until it's
of course.
perfect. But there's always business parties that are going to interrupt and go, hey, we need to get this out because it will sell way more in this period of the year than if we wait another 6 months.
Definitely, and that pressure's obviously there from the publishers.
Yeah.
And, devs can't really do much about that except for kind of plea to push it back.
Yeah, because we went to Techland in Poland a couple of weeks ago to get some stuff on Dying Light, which will be on the site in the coming weeks. And we spoke to the guys there, and they're making Dying Light now, and they're really proud of how polished it is. They've had the time, they've been more in control of the game this time around. They're publishing it themselves, Warner Brothers are distributing. But they previously worked on Dead Island, and they worked with the publisher Deep Silver.
Yeah.
And they said that was a difficult relationship. They knew the game had severe bugs, and they wanted to take more time to polish it and bring it up to a state where they were happy with it.
Yeah.
Deep Silver wanted to ship the game to make money.
Okay.
They didn't want to put any more money into advertising and marketing the game. They knew the game needed to go out. So that was an instance of the developers knowing, and they seemed quite embarrassed by that, and that's why they want Dying Light to be super polished.
Yeah.
So they don't want to have this reputation of making buggy games.
Of course, yeah. And I just think the Unity thing is sad because obviously that's what people are talking about, and every time you talk about Unity now, the next conversation is, we play Unity. Next conversation is always, obviously, that amazing bug where they don't have a face.
Yeah, I haven't heard much actually about Unity.
Yeah, that's the thing.
True.
But with Far Cry, some of the come on, mate.
Rich, you need to turn your phone off. You're not that popular.
Disgusting.
I think it's just PPI again, to be honest. Anyway.
But with Far Cry 4, I was reading about some of the bugs on that, and like actual game breaking. Some people on PS3 can't play it, and that's like That's
atrocious.
That's really bad.
Like,
if you
how
bought
you
the
not
game,
caught this?
Yeah. And it's a real mess as well, because one of them, one of the sort of things that comes up is something to do with like Far Cry _ you're seeing really big things on your screen that any sort of customer shouldn't be seeing, and it's like they're having these really weird sort of error messages, and one of them says like Far Cry _3 something, and so everyone online were sort of saying, oh well, it's because I played Far Cry 3, so maybe it's connected to that. Shall I delete the save games? There's all these different theories and stuff going on. It took Ubisoft ages to actually just go, all right, okay, no, it's nothing to do with that. We don't know what it is. They've been really good, and in fairness, I saw a blog post from them, and I thought, actually, that's a really, really good thing. They literally listed every single bug that they'd heard of, and then going, this patch will fix that, this patch will fix that. So I think they're on top of it, but at the same time, you shouldn't have to deal with anything like this. I think if you pay your money for a game, you should be able to get it home, play it, and everyone should have a face.
Yeah. Do you think we're kind of living in an age now where we can download like day one patch updates and patches that will fix games, and that's kind of an excuse to say, oh well, we can ship this game and then we'll create a patch for
well,
it.
this
Yeah,
kind of
that's
thing,
what it
isn't
is,
it? You know, dirty word, day one patch. Because it's almost like an admission. Oh, it's not finished.
Yeah.
Day one patch, what?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, I feel like this is going to, you know, this didn't used to happen when I was a kid. But
Yeah.
somebody all saying that.
When
But
you
it's because-
couldn't get a
it's al-
download for
But
it.
it's also because video games are becoming incredibly more complex.
Yeah.
Like, you know, 1,000 people probably worked on Unity. Just think how sophisticated and complex that is as a thing to get working in the first place. I'm not saying that's an excuse or trying to like absolve them of any sort of blame here, but it's incredibly complex.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that is true. But at the same time, because there's that many people working on it, surely there's enough people then to be able to get it right so they can stick it out.
They're all making the buildings, Gav.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. I mean, the buildings look lovely. That's really good for them.
There's so many like ramifications that you don't really think about though. It's like one day someone's computer could crash and lose a load of save files, and then I got to work on all that again, and that pushes it all back, and just like little things like that, like we encounter in day-to-day life anyway.
Yeah.
No, you never know how much of that kind of stuff goes on.
We might need to patch the podcast one week when we're done. If you
Maybe this
if you
week.
delete it.
I think it's worse for Ubisoft because they've had two massive games, like their biggest games, out within like a week of each other. Because they sort of own this little bit of time every year.
Yeah, so yeah, good luck to always online racing game, The Crew.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what can be done about it.
Have you ever had any really funny glitches yourself, or any really bad experiences?
Not really bad experiences. I think glitches are funny. I think my Last of
If
Us.
you're in the right mood, like they're quite funny. Like when I was playing Rogue, not so much glitches, but just like the gameplay is quite frustrating at times, like controlling it. And if you're in the right mood, it can be quite funny. Like I was trying to be this really slick assassin, and like I kept jumping off this ledge, even though I could see the branch I wanted to grab, missing it, just falling down and setting myself on fire.
Yeah,
I was like, that's quite funny.
I've had in Black Flag. I think I told you about it. Like I went to play it like a little bit early, and one of the NPCs was glitching out, and I noticed that. You know, like, 'cause if they're afraid of you, they sort of back off a little bit. Well, they back off and then they go off doing their normal thing. But he saw me, so he started backing off. But then he was just still backing off. So I was standing at the sort of top of this sort of hill, and I could just see him still backing off. And I thought, oh, he shouldn't still be backing off. So I walked down to him, and he's like, done it again. He's still backing off. And I managed to get him all the way through this village on the top of this, like, sort of little, I was going to say bryn, but that's a Welsh word. This sort of mound, all the way down through the village, all the way to the sea. And then when he got to the sea, he did his the pirate falling in the sea animation. So when you rescue people from the sea, they had that animation with it in the thing. So he started doing that, but he was still standing. And this took me about 25 minutes, and I probably had about 3 hours to play the game. And I was just standing there looking at this guy just going, but I turned around, just two the main studio and director guys had been watching me the entire time.
Oh,
I was
God.
they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just doing this. Like, you know, you can go off in the ship and do some naval battles.
Mate, it's like sharks and stuff. You can like hunt sharks.
You've got 3 hours to do this preview, and this is what you're doing. Is it brilliant? Thank you. Yeah, we've been working on this for years. I did feel really bad, but I think they thought it was funny. And then
at the same time, you know, you enjoyed it.
You did it, mate. It's
Open
your
world,
thing.
sandbox, isn't it? And do what I want. Pirate's life for me.
I did feel a bit bad because I always feel like when you have to preview games, you preview them in such weird circumstances, and the developer's always there going, "Oh my god!" Like, and this is one of the first times people have played Black Flag as well, and they were sort of watching everyone going, "Oh, what is everyone doing?" And then I just went and did that. They must hate us developers. They must just hate journalists.
It's really awkward when they're right there and go, "Oh, what do you think?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I'd rather.
It takes me a while to make up my mind if I like anything. I just don't trust myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why, like, right after a film, when someone goes to you, "What do you think?" I don't know. Yeah.
You need to let it settle for a little bit.
I'm going to have a little think, aren't I?
Yeah, so I should say, like, we reviewed Unity. Marty reviewed Unity in the States, and he gave it 7.8. And he says, like, he played it on Xbox One, tested it on PS4, played it on PC. He encountered very few of these problems. Otherwise, it would have been a bigger thing in our review. Yeah. Like, he played it on Xbox One, and apparently it runs a bit better on Xbox One than PS4, unusually. And... yeah, he didn't really encounter any of them.
It's like you say, though, isn't it?
They weren't game-breaking.
When so many people are playing it, you are going to encounter those glitches.
The probability of things going wrong.
It was such a big game as well.
Yeah.
Well, there we are.
Have we come to any meaningful conclusions on that?
I don't think so.
No, I think we rarely do.
Yeah.
I think they need to finish the game before it's released.
Well, do your best. That's what I think.
Yeah, just give it a good go. Lovely. Right, moving on to feedback.
I have the first piece of feedback from Peter de Bossier. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Absolutely no way did you.
Listening to your recent podcast, I was shocked that there was a negative comment made about the fact that there was no ships in Unity. When I found out there were no ships in this new Assassin's Creed, I couldn't stop smiling. The ships in Black Flag were very annoying after the first 30 minutes of fun.
No.
Was it you who said this?
No.
Last week about...
What? I love the ships.
Yeah, so was it you that said...
That I was annoyed that there were no ships in the
comment, right.
Yeah.
I love the piracy they've created for this new game. Yes, there are some issues with the frame rate, but they don't bother me. We are going back to Assassin's Creed as it's supposed to be. I'm not convinced that we're yet back... I'm not convinced that we are back where I like to see Assassin's Creed, but then I have been distracted by random side missions. Haven't really focused on the main story. The stealth is not finished, but there is some sort of foundation there for future games.
So you think it's going in the right direction as a new chapter in the Assassin's Creed franchise, and it's going back to its roots. It's city-based.
That's the thing. I can kind of agree with that, but I had a lot of fun doing those ships bits, and that's the thing. Like that game, take out the Assassins bit, it's just a brilliant pirate game.
Yeah, and also by that point you'd had the 3 Ezio games, you had 3 Connor game, which everyone was pretty down on. I needed something that was quite refreshing, almost like a palate cleanser. It was a sorbet of an Assassin's Creed game.
That's a nice term.
But also saying, like, I can see what he's saying, but also going, it feels like they're going in the right way with the stealth. Like, what number Assassin's Creed is this? Like, surely you should have this stuff locked down a bit sooner.
You should probably had it down first game.
The fact that there's no stealth button in the old Assassin's Creed games is bonkers. When I was playing Rogue, I was like, you can only be in stealth if you're in a bush. And then, so as soon as you walk out the bush, you just stand up, you're like, all right, lads. Hey, I'm an assassin. And then you have to find another bush and then crouch in it. It's like, you're like, I would definitely stay crouched at this point because he can see me and he's got a gun.
Yeah. No,
anyway.
That's good.
Cool. James has written in and says, last week you mentioned how you weren't too enthusiastic about the new Bourne movie. He says he's interested in it, but only if they take a Dark Knight Returns approach to the new film.
Why would they?
Would something along those lines interest you at all? So I assume it means the Frank Miller, so maybe he's not been Bourne for a while.
Okay.
He's not been he's gone off, been happy for a long period of time, and then as happy as he could be, not really knowing much about himself and having no loved ones or relatives or friends, and then Treadstone kicks up again or something like that, or Renner.
See, I've never been a huge fan of that series, so I think I've only ever seen them once, so and I don't really buy into the.
I really like the second and third one. I think they're all pretty decent. So James, that's Gal's opinion. I think you're gonna have to. I don't want to. I'm really excited that Greengrass is coming back to do it. Like, I think the fact, if it was just
from Heartbeat,
it's gonna be set in the 1960s. And
Treadstone is just Nick Berry.
Treadstone's someone selling like knockoff booze outside the pub. What's the pub called in Heartbeat? All right, I'm gonna look that up.
Don't know. I'd watch that.
I reckon it's probably the only way they could do it, though, isn't it? For him to have like a massive break and then come back to it.
Definitely, because
he's going to be older as well.
Yeah.
And he's not like in shape as he used to be.
No, definitely not. He's quite doughy. Matt Damon is.
Yeah. So he's going to have to get. Would you want to see doughy Bourne?
No. I think he's always been quite doughy in the Bournes.
I think he probably had to like. Is he? I'm sure he must have worked out for them. They can't go. Can't have him running around. Look at the state of him. He's an embarrassment. He can't be fighting that dude.
That's good. That gives me something to look up to them, isn't it? As a fellow doughy person myself. Well, that's what I want to see. I want to see myself on screen.
Hey, see that, love?
Unrealistic.
I could do that.
Yeah, I can do that. What, he's eating? Yeah, I know you can. You're eating right now.
Loads. I could do that. He's in Waterloo Station looking for someone. You do that all the time.
That bit's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, look at you. Look at that tone face.
Only because like I see the sort of WH Smith that I've been in. Go up, been in there.
That's what you think a great film is. Been there.
Been there. If I've been there, 9 out of 10.
Not often see a paper chase in a big Hollywood film. Paper chase been there.
What else we got?
It's you. You're back to 3.
No, I think...
Same the best one's last.
Oh, have you only got one bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3. The past few weeks have seen the release of some of the biggest games of the year, and it's made me think back to how these games were announced. Do you think that companies leak their games as a marketing strategy so that games feel like they're seeing something, they shouldn't, and therefore rush to see it before it even gets taken offline? What do you guys think? And that's from Carl Barrett.
Assassin's Creed is leaked every single year.
Yeah, Ubisoft are really good at leaking stuff. Like they leaked, I think one of the main things that I remember them leaking, and I thought, oh, that was.
So you were
really
saying
good
they are leaking, like
100%,
intentionally,
definitely, yeah,
100%, yeah. Because do you remember just before E3 they leaked the NFC stuff for the Wii U?
Oh
the
Rayman
stuff. And I generally think they do it just so people, so they can gauge their sort of reaction a bit better as well. Because people get more excited because it's a leak and go, oh yeah, this is real, it's going to be really, really good. And I think you get a little bit more like free hype out of it.
You do. It's kind of that whole like making something viral thing, isn't it? I hate that.
Let's make a viral. Well, that's. I think, to be honest, I like that sort of idea, and I think, like you were saying, that Tom has unlocked. So Tom Butler, who like looked through the code of the Jurassic World site and found some sort of concept art and things like that. Like that is really interesting to do. To me, that's
file
really
names
good
and stuff. Yeah,
that's cool.
I think for me, that's one of the things that Interstellar was missing. Because like Nolan's films are really well known
and
for
really
it,
protective,
and that you get all these sort of viral things popping up through like a lot of his films. And I just didn't get that with Interstellar. I wasn't hyped at all going in. Maybe that was the point. I don't know.
Oh, what do you mean viral stuff? There was viral stuff for Interstellar.
Was there?
Oh, no. You said there wasn't, right. Okay, there was no hype.
I think he was
I think
missing
the Batman
that,
films was more of like... Interstellar, it was very controlled. Like, very protective and secretive.
It was, but like the first trailer for Interstellar was just McConaughey driving away from the house.
Crying.
And obviously, I'm not going to spoil anything.
That's the film. That's the film for 3 hours. He has a long drive.
But even the name Interstellar, because I saw, oh bloody hell, Chris Nolan's doing a new film. I have to know what this is about. Obviously, there's nothing about it. But then even just the name Interstellar, you search that, and you learn quite a lot.
Yeah, and you just went, you did that PhD on quantum mechanics
just to get some info
on
the film. But they definitely do. How long
before we can talk about Interstellar in great detail?
Oh, it's got to be a couple of months, isn't it?
Not till after Christmas.
Okay, after Christmas. We'll get back to that.
I think once it's left the IMAX and it's just on normal screens, then we're allowed to talk about it.
Then the people who are really interested in seeing it haven't bothered. So they don't deserve.
Yeah, this is a good point, actually. When is it? That'd be a good talking point.
Yeah,
when is a spoiler not a spoiler?
Yeah, because some people, like... when you talk about like classic plots of classic novels that have been adapted to films, people, spoiler. Well, sorry, but Jane Eyre has been out for quite a while.
Yeah.
If you not got around to it, you not got around to it.
Yeah, that's a fair point, I suppose, isn't it? I don't know. That'd be a good talking point for 1 year. I've got an email from Andreas Basner. I'm really sorry, there's no way I pronounced that right. Duck Hunt from your super van from Nuremberg, Germany. Speaking of Germany... Well, you are, yeah. You literally said Germany 2 seconds ago. Speaking of Germany, Das Boot is a submarine, not a shoe. So sort of a boat that can only sink but also salvage itself as well. You've got the pronunciation of Das, sussed all right, but think, what is this?
Well, I thought this was interesting because apparently in 3 of the last 4 podcasts, different people have all mentioned Das Boot. And we're saying it wrong. It's not Das Boot.
Okay. So, but think of this. Boat, when you pronounce boot, like Das Boat, and you're 95% there, which is good enough for me. So it's more pronounced like Das Boat.
Yeah. And we've been saying Das Boot, which is a shoe, not a submarine. But we want to say boat, but it's not a boat, it's a submarine. You got that?
I don't think I have. I'm really confused.
I put this one in because I thought it was educational.
So you say...
But obviously not.
So it's pronounced Das Boat, not Das Boot.
Das Boat.
Yeah, and so that's his point. It's like we're saying boot, so it sounds like a shoe, but it's not.
Right.
It's Das Boat, even though it's a submarine and not a boat.
Well, the thing that gets me about this is it's not even... Das Boat isn't even 100% correct.
No, I think it's basically an approximation.
95%, did he say?
Yeah. What if it's like a northern boat?
So why doesn't he tell us what the 100% is?
Maybe it's hard to...
He needs to write in again and
he needs to send us a voice recording of himself saying it, doesn't he?
I think this is also...
And we'll play it on next week's show.
By the way, we have a similar problem here where the Pizza Hut logo looks like a hat, and hat in German is spelled hut, so everyone says Pizza Hut. Don't ask what we make of Dunkin' Donuts, Andreas. I really like Andreas. Send us a voice recording of you saying Das Boat. And then we'll say no more about it. We've also got the winners of our World of Warcraft Warlords of Draenor competition. if you've won, you win the special edition.
You know what they win. You win that.
It's massive. It's really big and it's really expensive. So if you win, well done you.
Who's won?
We had a couple of people write in. I quite like this one from Adam Wrigley. You haven't won, mate, so don't get excited. For the Warcraft thing, other people will probably say this, but Angelina Jolie for that tentacle head woman in StarCraft. Dunkant. Cheers, Adam.
I think it's a good one, and I like the suggestion.
Just lazy.
Yeah, you should have Wikipedia'd who the tentacle-headed woman is.
Somebody said, who's this? Oh, he hasn't even got a name. Oh, Ian French. There we go. He says, Duck Hunt, I would like to see Jordana Brewster play the Queen of Blades, Sarah Kerrigan, in StarCraft film. I know about that because it was in The Office and Dwight dresses up as her, I think. I think that's the one that Dwight dresses up as. Yeah, that was quite good. Also, Ian, you're on one, but that's a good one. The person who has one is Max Spalding Gardner, who says, Duck Hunt, huge fan, guys, love the podcast and also the superhero show. I would like to see Jack O'Connell from Skins fame. I think he's a little bit more famous than Skins now, to be honest. Playing Matt Horner in the StarCraft movie. O'Connell is really coming to the fore as an acting talent at the moment, with great performances in 71 and Startup. I feel he fits the character of Horner perfectly as a young second-in-command behind Jim Raynor. O'Connell would be able to interact well with Raynor and would excel in commanding that bunch of misfits, primarily because he used to be one himself.
So he's won.
Keep duck hunting, Max.
Congratulations.
Well done, mate.
Have you seen 71?
I haven't, no.
I've not seen it yet either.
I really want to see
it.
It's
Start up though. Startup's amazing.
Is it?
71 is
so cool.
71 is shot in my hometown.
Is it?
So if you need a contemporary British town to double up as war-torn, Belfast, Blackburn.
All right. Wow. I want to see Startup, but I don't like those types of prison films because it's always...
I love those types of prison films.
Bumming in it. Is there any bumming in it?
No, actually.
Oh, well, I'll watch it then. That's good.
I don't think so.
That's scary. It's terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, I always find it a bit grubby.
Like, what's the one, really old one now, with Ray Winston?
Scum.
Scum, yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. Oh, that's a... Yeah. It's a
tough
one to watch.
Is it what? Is Startup's not as harsh as Scum?
Startup's brutal.
Okay.
But in different ways.
Cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Should we get on to what is out this week?
Yes.
What games are out, Gavin?
Dragon Age Inquisition, which at this point we hadn't been sent. So, but apparently it's really, really good.
Got a really good review on site. Vince, who played it for us, I think gave a high 8 point something. So great. He played 90 hours for the review.
That's pretty good.
That's commitment.
90 hours. And he said that after 90 hours, I think there's missions where you can hunt dragons. He said at the end of his 90 hours, he looked at how many dragons he'd slayed, and it said 2 of 10. It's like, where the hell are these? And there's huge parts of the map he'd still not been to.
Wow.
That's bonkers.
That's a big game, man.
That is bonkers. Like, crazy.
I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be really, really good. And yeah, from all the reviews have just been
glowing. Yeah.
WWE 2K15.
Which is out already on current gen.
And the next gen one is out this week.
Yeah.
I love WWE games.
Yeah,
I think
we gave the
really
current
fun.
gen one a bit of a average review.
Really?
And we give it a 6 or something like that.
That's not good.
But we've had lots of wrestlers into the US office this week. We've had Hulk Hogan in.
Shut up.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan's on up at noon this week, playing Evolve.
What?
And then we've also got...
Does he play video games?
And Sting. Not
really?
Sting, the other Sting.
Does he? Does Hulk Hogan play video games? Because Evolve's not an easy game to just jump into.
I don't know what they've... I've just seen the artwork. I don't know if it's gone live yet. I've seen the artwork where it's Hulk Hogan looking at the Kraken. So I don't know if they've done this kind of face-off or not.
Tell you what they should have got him playing, WWE 2K15, because it's out this week. I would have done that.
Bit on the nose.
Yeah, maybe.
Bit on the nose, but yeah.
Watch Dogs Wii U.
Finally.
It's been delayed, and Watch Dogs has been out for about 2 years. How long's Watch Dogs been out? Like a year?
It came out this year.
Like, I reckon...
It's been out a year.
I know more people. Like, I'm friends with more people than the number of people that will buy Watch Dogs Wii U globally, I think.
You know 4 people.
I can't believe they've even still done this.
That's really been... Also, it's really just been shuffled out this week. Like, I got really, got a press release every week about what's hitting the Wii U store, and it was just on that as one of several games. I saw one here.
Alongside Balloon Brothers.
Yeah.
Like when I first saw Watch Dogs, I thought this is a game that's perfect for the Wii U because it's got a lot of sort of, you can use the game
second screen stuff.
I don't know if they've carried on doing that, and that's why it's taken so long, but I don't know. The other thing that's out is Escape Dead Island, which I know nothing about. And
it's the other Dead Island game. You don't care about it. Well, they were pitching it,
isn't it? Yeah.
Initially when it came out, they were pitching it as like more of a kind of adventure game. It's kind of a bit Zelda. We gave it 6.8, saying Escape Dead Island questions how we perceive reality. That sounds big. Alongside questionable zombie killing and stealth. It says very cliched, middling combat.
Nah, I'm not up for that. What I am
Films.
up for is
some really good films out this week.
Yeah.
Well, one in particular.
Yeah.
What We Do in the
Shadows.
Shadows.
In the Shadows.
Oh,
yeah.
Unison Boys.
I think it's one of my favorite films of this year. I think.
That's brilliant.
I think it's the funniest
so
film I've
funny.
seen this year.
Definitely, yeah.
I don't really. When I see comedy films, like I'll go in my head, I'll go, "Oh, that's funny."
Yeah.
But then very few do I properly laugh out loud.
Yeah.
And What We Do in the Shadows had me like cracking up throughout.
Yeah.
So it's basically Spinal Tap with vampires.
It's about 4 vampires from different eras who all live together in a flat share in Wellington.
It's such a good idea.
And it's like so many like mundane tasks you see them do, but with their own little spin on it. So he's like hoovering but hovering.
Yeah, and it's a mockumentary. So the premise is the New Zealand Documentary Board or Film Board have paid for a group of documentary filmmakers to spend time with them and film them in the run up to this annual ball that they all attend. It's like a supernatural ball.
Yeah. It's really good. I loved it. I think they could have made it a little bit more of the crew. Like I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah.
Because I think they could have been characters in themselves, I think. But yeah, it's really, really good. I think like obviously them improvising and stuff is just the funniest things. And they're like Metrodome, who were putting it out in the UK, have released so many clips of it.
Yeah,
which
I
I
keep some of it back.
Yeah,
and the first 6 minutes.
It's tricky,
as well.
isn't it? You want to I think that 6 minutes is enough to hook you.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
the intro sequences, the opening credits are
Really
awesome
funny,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
But it's something about the supernatural and the mundane that I think works so well.
Definitely,
It's so
yeah.
otherworldly, and yet they're just doing really can't get into a nightclub. Something really pathetic about them all.
Yeah.
Arguing about washing up.
Yeah, because they can't get into the nightclub because the bouncer doesn't invite them in.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
It's such a clever use
Like,
of
no, you can just come in.
lore.
Yeah. One of my favourites is when they're all getting ready for a night out and they have to draw each other because they can't see themselves in the mirror.
So clever.
It's
They're
brilliant.
so good. And I think it's really good that they're all vampires from different eras.
That's funny,
And
yeah.
they kind of play on different vampires from films. So all his flatmate is kind of like a Nosferatu type vampire.
Peter.
You've got a Dracula. You've got the kind of 19th century dandy vampire. All them sort of different. And then you've got a modern day vampire as well.
Yeah, I
So
think like that modern day vampire. Like I don't think he's been in much. He's so funny.
Yeah, he is.
Like because
His
he's just
performance is so just
Deadpan.
quotidian, so every day.
he's just an idiot, like because he's just an idiot, but like sometimes because he's really really stupid, and just the things that he comes out with and things he says are, as you said, like so mundane, because like he really like misses eating chips, and like he's got a best mate that he just tells he's a vampire, but he tries to get everyone like him explaining to the Nosferatu character why he can't eat his mate, and it's like everyone's really going on with him, we're all good mates, so we're just asking, and like Nosferatu just standing there sort of nodding along, like brilliant.
Basically,
Absolutely
you need to see
brilliant.
this film.
Yeah.
We won't say anything more.
Mockingjay Part 1.
I've not seen any.
I've not seen it. I'm fed up with Hunger
Really?
Games, yeah.
Have you seen any of them? I've not seen any of them.
saw the
Haven't
first
you?
two.
I didn't like the first one. Loved the second one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm opposite, really. I didn't love the first one, but I liked the first one. Didn't go on the second one.
I'm excited for this.
But yeah, Hunger Games fans, I reckon, they're going to love it.
Lose your boots.
Get on up. You can get on
I
it.
haven't now.
I thought you had.
I've seen Get On Up.
I put that in it because have you?
Yeah.
I put that in it because just the Chadwick Boseman thing. We're going to hear a lot about him, aren't
That
we?
guy, check him
yeah.
out. Chris spoke very highly of that film. So you've seen it as well?
Yeah.
Oh.
Very good.
Really
Very
good.
good film. Yeah, I really like it. I'm a big fan of kind of musical biopics. I love Ray.
Does it delve into the
Waterline.
darker side of...
Yes, definitely. Yeah,
It's James Brown, we should say. It's the biopic
Yeah.
of James
so
Brown.
yeah, you really do see the dark side of James Brown.
What's the dark side of James Brown?
Oh, he was, he's pretty harsh. Like
What did he do?
he's pretty aggressive.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Quite violent. Was he a violent man?
Yeah. Violent man.
How is Chadwick Boseman in it?
Very good. His dance moves are crazy. Unlike other kind of musical biopics, he's not singing, which I don't know if that's like a hindrance or not, because you kind of, I don't know, it's part of it really, isn't it? Like when you see Jamie Foxx singing as Ray Charles. He's amazing.
Yeah.
And
he's too
Cash.
talented.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx is too talented as an individual.
But yeah, like Chadwick Boseman, like he's nailed the performance. Even though he doesn't really look like James Brown, he's like properly gotten into it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Why isn't he singing then? He just can't sing. Or?
I guess so, but I mean, those songs are so hard to sing as well.
Yeah.
As you need a certain voice, and the whole film is about like creating this new genre of music and having that sound and that style. So actually having that is going to be hard for any actor.
So, yeah. But then, I know what you mean, though. It does feel like it's almost missing something because, like, Walk the Line, one of the coolest things about that is they are singing these songs.
Yeah.
He's doing such a really, really good,
Yeah.
I don't want to say impression because that's doing a disservice, but he's doing such a good impression of, like, Johnny Cash's voice.
Yeah. Same with Jersey Boys, actually. I don't know if you've seen that, but
I haven't, no.
that was all recorded on set.
Right.
Like, so they didn't go into a recording studio to record any of that. So that's even like taking it to...
That's what they did with Les Mis as well, like filmed on.
So yeah,
that's good.
But yeah, definitely, I'd recommend Get On Up.
And the final
really
is
fun film.
The Homesman. Have you seen The Homesman?
I haven't. No.
So this is the Tommy Lee Jones film.
It looks really, really good.
Yeah. So we give it 7.7. Good. Apparently mixes psychological horror, comedy, and a Western vibe to hand Hilary Swank one of her meatiest roles.
Horror.
Yeah. Apparently it's quite a horrifying and scary film in places as well. It kind of mashes up a lot of genres.
Cool.
You don't really get that from the poster whatsoever.
No, not at all.
Seems like a Western.
Because I loved The Three Barrels of Marcellus Estrada, like his other film.
Yeah.
And it seems like he loves, and he's really at home in sort of Western type
He's
films.
got that sort of face, hasn't he? He's got like a weather-worn face, Tommy Lee Jones.
He's also, like, the trailer is
great.
really funny.
Yeah.
Like,
he scares me.
Really
someone
funny.
I never want to interview, Tommy Lee Jones. Apparently he's quite a scary person to interview.
Yeah, I could understand
Very
that.
dismissive. And
Can you imagine, like...
he's like, he's an old, like, cranky old
That's
man.
the thing,
He's like, I've got no time for this.
I think there's some people who like just should not be in a junket setting because it just, I don't know. I remember interviewing Nicolas Cage once in a junket setting. It was for Ghost Rider, fair enough. But I remember just walking in and going, like, you shouldn't be here. You should be
free.
Yeah, you shouldn't be sitting here talking to bollocks journalists all day. Like, you should be in a hotel and we should have to be brought to you. I don't know. Something about, like, I wouldn't.
That is a junket.
Yeah, I know that, but I would no, but like it shouldn't. It feels weird having the setup and that with someone,
Is it like when you saw that killer whale at SeaWorld and you're like,
you should be here.
he should be free.
We should be seeing
Did you
you
like
in
go
the
around
sea.
like trying to free Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, I did. But I remember, like, that's the thing. I don't know. There's some people who I think that I don't like seeing them in an environment that is like normal. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Like.
Well, people will tell you that Nicolas Cage's arm
Yeah.
isn't supposed to flop over like that. But if you keep him in a junket scenario, his arm will naturally flop over.
I know what I mean. Okay, like there's another example. Like I had to interview Ben Kingsley about it was like at the BAFTAs, but I had a 3DS on me when the 3DS had just come out, and like as part of my job, I had to get Ben Kingsley with a 3DS in his hand, and it was just ridiculous because. It was one of my first jobs, like in games and entertainment. So I couldn't really say no. I didn't. And I started to like give it to him, and he's just like, "It's Ben Kingsley,
Sir Ben Kingsley,
yes, Sir Ben. It's Gandhi." And he's like, he's just looking.
He has no need for such an ephemeral worldly possession. Sir Ben Kingsley.
And I started to ask the same like bollocks questions, like, "What do you think of that?" Yes, it's brilliant. Yes, well done. And I was like, I didn't make it.
How would you think of this?
He's like, yeah, well done, you. Well done. Anyway, I'm gonna go now.
Kissed you?
No. I wish. But you know what I mean? I don't think they shouldn't exist in these types of worlds.
They deserve better. Celebrities.
Definitely. I think so.
Okay. Well, on that positive environmentalist note about freeing certain types of celebrities, write into the IGN UK podcast. Tell us what celebrity you think shouldn't be held in captivity and why they should be let free.
Yeah.
How can they write in, Rich?
IGN_UK. Did I do it right? IGN_UK feedback at IGN.com.
Catchy.
That was it.
Yeah, should we change the email address to duckhunt@IGN.com?
Oh,
yeah, don't email that yet, because I will. By the time
tell-
this goes up, I will not have time to do the necessary admin to get that email alias set up.
That's your
inside
homework.
baseball. There.
That's your homework.
Okay, Alex won't like that.
Why?
No, he'll hate it. He
I
doesn't
love Duck Hunt.
Everyone loves Duck Hunt apart from Alex. Well, Alex does like it, but we floated the idea of rebranding the podcast IGN Duck Hunt.
100% we should do that.
But then we worried like people might not know what it is on iTunes anymore if it changes name overnight.
Yeah.
This is all conversations we should probably be having outside
Yeah,
the
this is a
podcast.
bit inside baseball, isn't it? Right, okay. Cheers, thank you. See you next week.
Cheers.
Bye. What's your best impression?
I don't know. I don't know. Best impression.
You're not selling it to me.
Could do a good Peter from Family Guy for getting the mood.
Go on then.
Don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it now. It's
You're in the mood.
It's like because you've got to do like the face with it as well.
Go on then.
Like,
Is that it?
Hey Lois.
That was actually really good.
Hey Lois. Diarrhea.
That's actually really good.
thanks.
You're a talented man.
Thanks.